Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to my heart. And I hope that it's near and dear and important to you as well. And that is the game of confidence. I can't tell you how important confidence is. We all need it. We all need it. From Jeff Bezos, the most powerful people on the planet, to the people that you maybe don't notice when you walk down the street each and every single day, okay? So we all need it. And why is that? I mean, let's think about this. Confidence. You're eventually gonna wanna search and find that job that you always dreamt about, whether you're in college and you're graduating, okay? You're eventually gonna have to build up some confidence and go in there, perform, kill the interview, and beat out the competition for that job to be able to put food on your family's table. You're eventually going to need confidence to be able to quit your job if you're an entrepreneur and you want to take that route, to be able to build and scale the business and the idea that you have right up here. Eventually, right? You're eventually going to have to ask that girl that you've been dating for some time now, hey, let's tie the knot. We're not getting any younger, right? And so it doesn't matter what you're working on. It doesn't matter if it's relational. It doesn't matter if it's business. It doesn't matter if it's spiritual. You're eventually going to need this thing that we all call confidence. And so how do we build confidence? Now, I can't speak for everyone else, but I can tell you what's worked for me and what's worked for people not only that I've been around, but that I've studied that are well off in all realms of life. Because I don't just want this video to be, okay, look, he's just talking about how to make money, or okay, he's just talking about how to be a better person. This applies to whatever you want to use it for. So these are basic principles that if you apply it to what you're trying to accomplish, I'm not gonna put a title on it. That's your job. I want you to take care of that. Put it like this, if you don't believe in yourself, gosh, who's gonna believe in you? I mean, we hear that all the time, right? So one of the keys is you have to have a certain level of certainty. It doesn't have to be 100%, but it does have to be enough to get you up and going, okay? Don't confuse faith and certainty with the same thing, because they're not. Faith is the willingness to take action even though you're not completely aware of what can happen. Certainty, on the other hand, is taking those things, knowing what may or may not go wrong, and still going after it no matter what. Whether I fail, whether I fall flat on my face, whether I go 90 days in, six months in, and nothing happens, I'm willing to take that risk because I'm certain that at least a piece of this is gonna work, or a piece of this is gonna pay off. It's all gonna require small steps. And so one of the fastest ways to build confidence is just to get out there and do it. That's right, fail in your face. Go out there, give it a shot. It doesn't matter who's looking, it doesn't matter what they say, because what ends up happening is even if you fail, you start to recalibrate and you start to tweak along the way. Okay, maybe I could have done this differently, or maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. And so here's the thing, whenever you're developing your confidence, you have to understand and give yourself the grace to be able to fail. I mean, how else are you gonna learn, right? Now the next thing to look at whenever you're building your confidence is you have to make sure that you are equipped in the area that you're looking to get involved in. I can't stress this enough of how many times I see, especially in sales, where people are trying to pitch a product that they don't believe in, or quite frankly, that they don't know enough about. One of the biggest things that holds salespeople back is the what if. Let me explain that. What if I say this and a customer says that? Or what if I present the price and the customer says this? How can I justify why the price is what it is? How can I justify why they should buy from me rather than my competition? So if they say something along the lines of, well, hey, you know what, Irv, we appreciate what you said. We appreciate, your product. You're a great guy. You're a great gal. But we prefer XYZ across the street because they're $100 cheaper than what you are. If you don't know what value you bring to the table, if you're not that source of information that they need to be guided along that sales process, well, guess what? They are going to go across the street. And guess what? It's not just a fat check that's walking out. It's someone that should have been taken care of by you. And so that's another way to kind of shift your mindset and take a look at it that way. Rather than saying, you know what, I'm losing money, say, no, I'm losing someone that I could have taken care of that may not be treated as fairly or as nicely as I would have in here. And it all goes back down to having a certain level of information that sets you apart, not only from the competition, but in the eyes of the consumer, that this guy or this gal is different, because we know that people don't just buy ideas, people buy people. Example, when I say Michael Jordan, you think about the shoe, but you also think about the fantastic basketball player. If you're pacing some of these conversations, if you must, you start to melt away some of that fear that comes in on the back end of, you know what? If they say this, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. None of this means anything if you don't apply action toward it, okay? So even if it's baby steps, even if it's just selling to one customer before you sell out the stadium, even if it's just speaking to one board member before you speak to the CEO, vice president, and the director of sales, even if it's just speaking to your spouse before you decide to have that family meeting, there are certain steps, certain levels of action that need to be taken for you to become more confident. You gotta work on this each and every single day in, day out, rain or shine, snow or sleet, hot or cold. I don't care if there is hailstorms outside. You lock yourself in your room, you throw yourself into situations that are extremely uncomfortable to you. If you don't take anything away from this message other than this, is you gotta have faith. Whether you believe in a God or not, you gotta have a little bit of faith and go into it blindly that what you're working on is going to come to fruition, and you are going to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, even when, gosh, you have $5 in your account. I hope you guys enjoyed this message today. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below if there's certain things, certain topics that you maybe want me to touch on, or maybe get my perspective on them. We'll love to give you some insight on that and just kind of hear you guys out and see what you guys are looking for. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so that you're notified whenever these videos are dropping. And as always, guys, my name is Urban Pena, also known as Urban Official. Until next time, everyone.